It's no secret that The Simpsons parodies a lot in its long series, so I guess it really shouldn't be surprising that the video games based off the cartoon are oftentimes clones of other, more popular games. I already reviewed Hit and Run, The Simpsons' take on the Grand Theft Auto series. Sadly, most games aren't that good though, including the focus of this week's review, Road Rage. This time around, it's a clone of Sega's Crazy Taxi, a game I only played a few times, but enjoyed. So when I heard long ago that the game existed, I went and purchased it for a few bucks. And that's good, because then even now, it's not a game that I can play for long periods of time. The story is that Burns purchases a transportation company and uses nuclear power to run the bus system. This outrages the citizens of Springfield, and the Simpsons set out to earn money to buy out and ultimately shut down Burns' new enterprise. And that's it. Then again, do you really need a story at all for an arcade-like game like this?
Please kill me.
From the start, you only have one venue and 5 characters to choose from, which happen to be Homer, Bart, Lisa, Marge, and Grandpa Abe. No, Maggie doesn't drive, so as far as I know, she is not a playable character. As you play and earn money, you can unlock characters such as Krusty, Snake, Groundskeeper Jonny, Willie, and Apu. Each has their own vehicle, but no stats are shown, and from all I can see, every vehicle is identical in terms of speed, cornering, strength, etc. The real difference between them all is the banter you'll hear between the driver and any passengers. Maybe I got too far ahead of myself here. Maybe you've never played Crazy Taxi. If that's the case, let me explain how it works. You drive around, looking for any potential passengers, designated by the blue spherical highlight. Stop your vehicle in that blue sphere, and the character will hop into your makeshift taxi and give you a destination. You have a limited amount of time to haul ass towards that place, highlighted with a yellow box. Do so, and you'll earn cash and potentially time, depending on how quickly you arrived. If you cannot get to the passenger's destination in time, they'll just hop out and you just keep whatever fare you've earned up to that point, but you won't earn any bonus money or time. This keeps repeating until your main timer runs out. There's 2 main hazards, other than the time, that you'll find. One is the radioactive buses that drive around, and won't bother getting out of your way. These drive very erratically, and since you can't really plow through them, you just want to keep your distance. You can occasionally run into Smithers driving around Burns, and they'll make a beeline straight for you to stop you. He's usually fairly easy to avoid, but if he does hit you, he's going to try to pin you against a wall or other object. At times, you'll get 2 potential side objectives when driving your passenger around. The first is a directive to avoid traffic. If you can make it to point B hitting less than 3 vehicles, you'll earn 5 extra seconds and $250. The other objective would be Road Rage, in which you're told to destroy a certain amount of objects in your travel. This will also get you 5 seconds, but the monetary reward is quadrupled, now 1,000. This may seem simple, but it's not always, because time has to be weighed here. If you have plenty of time, you might be able to do well, but if the destination is less than 10 seconds away, it may not be worth the money if you can't finish the job. Other than that, the game is very repetitive. Once you pick up a passenger, you'll constantly be earning money. Once the passenger is dropped off, you'll get a potential bonus, and then need to quickly find your next fare. Once time runs out, your cash funds are added to the game's total, and you're given a strange rating where Krusty does his normal thing, and then suddenly changes his voice and walks away.
Hey, your rating is...
reckless.
What the hell is up with that? I never did understand this. Once you reach a certain level of cash, you're given a choice on what you want to unlock next. If you choose a character, you can pick which you want. If you choose a stage, you will unlock the next available place. For this review, I didn't unlock any characters, but I did get all the stages unlocked. All 6 of them. That may seem like a lot, compared to Crazy Taxi, but it's not, because the stages are fairly small. And here's one of the biggest problems with the game. Out of the 6 stages, only 3 of them are what I would consider to be enjoyable. The others seem to have horrible design to them, often requiring way too much time to get from one point to another, and there's often not any shortcuts or anything that you can utilize to get you to your next place faster. The worst of them is possibly the power plant, where there's a massive wall around the main plant, and it's not always easy to stay on the roads and get your passenger where they want to be. You may take an early turn and accidentally smack into a wall, jeopardizing your current fare. The other main problem with the game is the collision detection. Hitboxes seem to be way too big, and smacking into a small object might stop you dead. In most driving games, if you grind against a guardrail, you might lose a bit of speed, but we'll just continue on. In this one, it'll be a fine day if you just lose a bit of speed. Instead, you're usually forced to stop, and you can't always simply smash the accelerator to continue on. Sometimes you need to manually reverse and steer yourself away from the hazard. Hitting traffic can oftentimes give you the same result. If you get bored driving around passengers, you can also partake in the mission mode, which there are 10 small missions where you're given a task and have to complete it in a very limited amount of time. Here's my problem with this mode. I think 9 of the 10 are simple destruction missions. Barney has to run over mascots, Lisa destroys log piles, etc. They're all trial and error. There's usually a specific path to take, and if you ever veer from this, you won't have enough time to complete it. This is most notable in Lisa's stage. And here's where I found just how repetitive the quotes from the characters are. Let me just play this Krusty mission as an example to see what I mean.
That'll cost the city a few hundred chamolas.
Get him, Smithers.
Oh, that'll cost the city a few hundred chamolas. Is this any way to treat a celebrity? Oh, that'll cost the city a few hundred chamolas.
See? The other problem is that with all the times you'll fail these missions, you'll learn just how lengthy the loading times are. Seriously, it's going to take you longer to load the game than to complete the mission, whether you pass or fail. Timer time! See what I mean? And I think that's all I have for Simpsons Road Rage. It's not a bad game, but it's not something that you should spend a lot of money on. If you're a Crazy Taxi fan and a Simpsons fan, this will probably be more enjoyable for you. At least I'm a fan of both, and can say that I did have fun with this for a long while, but nowadays, as I'm much older, I don't find it as much fun. I just see too many flaws with it, especially the collision detection and poor stage design. Final score? 6 out of 10. This is Reaper. Happy fragging.